Welcome back to the channel, people. How are we all doing? Hope we're all smashing those gigs right at the park. Today I'm doing an unboxing. I've been sent a light from a company called Betopper. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of their name. Their name seems to be spreading very quickly and reaching the masses. This is going to be a fair and unbiased review on what I personally think of it. So it's going to be done in two parts. The first part one, is just going to be the unboxing, and then we're going to have a quick overlook of the inputs and outputs and the build quality. The second part would it be it in operation with the Wolfmix WMX1, and that'd be real-time, real-life review at a function. So we'll see how that gets on. So I've got a few notes here which I'm going to refer to from time to time. So with no further ado, let's get down to the unboxing. Packaging seems to be packaged fairly well. And also we know when we do receive package and it comes from abroad, it's all down to how well the shipping company treats it and how they look after it. There's no dinks or dents in the box, so they've looked after it fairly well. It's not being drop kicked from one location to the next. So within the boxing, we have another boxing. So the outer boxing is just literally the shipping and packaging boxing. Let's go put this down. So this is the Betopper Clb260R. That's what it's down on their website, but if you're searching for it on the internet, it will be just the Betopper Clb260. Right, okay, I've got to say this is an affiliate collaboration with Betopper. If you do fancy this light fitting and you want to make a purchase, the affiliate link will be down in my description where you can click on it. That will take you straight to Betopper's website where you'll be able to purchase this and get it at a discounted rate. I think the discounted rate is 271 UK pounds, the sterling, 271 pounds. I think that's with a 12% discount as well. So it's going to be a win-win at that price. Right, so what's inside the box? We have a safety chain. That's if you're flying it or hanging it from overhead on a truss or mounted on the ceiling. We have a set of instructions. Put that there. And also a dust cloth or a cloth to wipe our lens. We have a very short power con lead. Of course, I'm in the UK, it's come with a 3-pin plug on the end of it. So I'll imagine what part of the country you're in, it will come with a suitable plug for the part of the world what you're living in. And we have a mounting bracket with a couple of washers and a hexagonal screw. It would have been nice if it was a quick release bracket, but I guess the price what you're paying for this, they've got to keep the cost down. So having it made with a quick release bracket would have kind of like bump up the price. So I can see why they've just added a standard bracket in order to keep the cost down to pass that on to the end user. Nice foamy package. That's what the package looks like inside. So we've got foam top and bottom. There's something else in here. Let's pull this out. Stick that over there. And this is a tricky part of how do we get the head out all in one piece. Right. There we go, and stick that over there for now. Put that out the way. Also, we have a very short DMX lead. I think that's about 1 meter. Yep, that's about 1 meter. This is literally just for linking from one light to the next, basically. So don't expect it to be overly long because it's just purely for linking from one light fixture to the next. Right, weight wise, it weighs about 6.3 kgs, which is not overly heavy. First opinions straight out the box, very light. It is a compact light. It's not, when you look on this on YouTube, it looks fairly big basically. So, and when you actually get it in person, it's not as big as it looks in the screen. So it is a fairly compact light fitted. It's got this kind of like matte plastic finish. It is made out of plastic. It's all plastic. There's no metal parts on it whatsoever. The handles are plastic. The top plate is actually metal. The actual moving head itself is plastic, along with the arms. It spins around freely. Sounds very smooth. And there is a plastic film on the lens which you do need to peel off before using it, because you don't want this lamp on whilst that plastic cover is on. It would melt and you'll never get it off. It will just ruin the light fitting. Right, so let's go into some of the inputs and outputs. Let me show you as well whilst I'm doing this. So we have power con in, power con out. We have a fuse, which is rated at 10 amps. The running power consumption of this is about 3.1 amps, something like that. The reason why that is because it's a discharge lamp and it works on an arc in order to start up, basically. So if you're linking them together, I wouldn't link more than about 2 to 3 of these lights. If you're linking them together, that's purely because you'll probably over here in the UK, we have a 13 amp fuse in our plug. So anything that about 3 to 4 of these linked together, I would say that will probably be the maximum you want to be linking these off one power source. Other than that, you can use about 2 or 3 different power sources to if you're running more than 3 or 4 lights off one particular circuit. Okay, we have a DMX 3-pin out, DMX 3-pin in. And that's pretty much the inputs and outputs. Moving around to the front, we have our left scroll button, our right scroll button, which I believe that is going to be our enter button, up, down and OK, which takes us into the menu. LCD screen, and we have a DMX light and a error light. And that is pretty much the front display of it. Like I said, the unboxing is pretty much what you get in the box, what the fitting looks like, how the fitting feels, and what you get for your money, what you're getting for your money. Right, okay, I've got some notes here which I'm going to refer to from time to time. I've already mentioned there's no quick release, and that is purely to keep the cost down of the fitting. Moving on quickly, should I say? Light source. This uses a 251 Osram lamp. Now, if you guys and girls know much about Osram are a top-notch quality manufacturer which have been around for many years now, and they make lamps especially for the UK, which is my part of the world which I live in, and they're not cheap, so you're not getting cheap components in that. I can tell you that for sure, because Osram, they are a top-notch lamp manufacturer, and their lamps are kind of like well respected within the electrical industry and lighting industry, not just for DJ lighting but for retailing lighting, street lighting, anything which requires lighting up. Osram is the go-to lamp for longevity, and also they don't do cheap components. Dimmer. This is not electronically dimmer. This is not electronically dimmable. It is mechanically. The reason why it's not done electronically, as I said, because it's a discharge lamp, which I've got to say, discharge lamps are a hell of a lot brighter than LED lamps. Okay, that's why I'm quite surprised this has a discharge lamp in it and what you're getting for your money. So you are getting quite a lot for your money, being that this is not LED, it's discharge, hence it's a hell of a lot brighter compared to a LED lamp. Okay, so that's the dimming aspects of it. It's mechanical, not electronic, because once it gets to a certain voltage and it drops down, that arc will distinguish. So that's why it's done mechanically and not electronically, where you can get away with having an electronically dimmable LED lamp, because there's no arc to maintain in order for it to drop out the arc and distinguish the arc, basically. Where are we next? The color wheel. It has 11 colors plus open and a rainbow effect. 13 gobos plus open. Once I go into the functionality of it at a venue, I'll take you through the gobos and show you what the gobos look like along with the colors. As I said, I will be using that with the Wolf Mix WMX1. It's got an 8-fat prism along with a frost which is fixed. So with the frost being fixed, you don't have the ability to zoom in and zoom out, so make it wider or make the frost beam narrower. It's just a fixed frost effect, basically, which is good. So you're getting pretty much a two in one here. So you're getting a 8-fat prism light effect with a wash as well, with a frost effect, so it gives it a wash. So, you know, it's quite a diverse light. You're getting quite a bit for your money with it as well. What else? The usual standard stuff is 512 DMX channels. The weight I've gone over before is 6.3 kgs. And once again, you can get this, in my part of the world, I'm in the UK, you can get this for £271. That's with a 12% discount, which is really bloody good, really. Where else are you going to get a light of this caliber, basically, for this money? Yes, there are premium brands out there, but a majority of that you are paying for the premium brand name. Okay, with this, as I said, Betopper with their logo on the side there, it definitely are reaching a lot of people. It's reaching the masses out there. And if I was looking for a moving headlight, going back, give you a bit of history, going back in the day when moving headlights were not affordable for the average DJ guy such as myself, to get a moving headlight probably about 15, 20 years ago, you'd be looking at a lot of money, close to like £1,000. But now what Betopper have done has made moving headlights affordable for somebody who's just starting up in the industry, who's on a budget, don't want to spend or hasn't got the money to spend hundreds, especially thousands, on a moving head. So they've just put it out there to make it within people's reach, make it within their grasp, to buy a suitable light which packs a hell of a lot of features. Okay, got to say that for starters. It does, we can't take that away from this little fixture here. It packs a hell of a lot of features for the price. So you're getting quite a bit of a bang for your money. Basically, you can't argue with that. I personally, honestly, think it's a win-win. Looking at this at a glance, the only thing what I can say is the quick release bracket. It would be nice to just have the quick release bracket where you just push it on the bottom side of the unit, turn 2 screws, and it locks into place, basically. But I can see why they've not done that. As I said, it's purely to keep the cost down, so that can be passed on to the end user. So that's smart thinking with Betopper. As I said, it is a very small light. On screen, it looks a lot bigger than what it actually is. It is a small, very compact light, 2 handles at the side. It's a nice fixture. I like it. And what I'll do, when you go back onto my YouTube channel, probably next week or so, the week after, I'll have part 2 of this vlog where it'll be in operational, where we'll be running through some of the features, some of the settings, like the run modes, DMX channels, and also the sound mode on it. I will be using it through the Wolf Mix. I won't be using it via the auto show modes or the sound modes. Gives me that little bit control over the fitting, basically. For now, once again, I've got to say a big thank you to Betopper for sending this over to me. It's been very much appreciated. And also this has been a unbiased opinion. This has been my opinion, and it's been an unbiased opinion. As I said, I'm more than happy with this light. The build quality seems pretty good. The plastic doesn't feel cheap at all. To be fair, there's no flexing parts, where if you had a flexing part in a plastic, it would mean that the quality is fairly cheap and thin, but that's not the case with this one. Let's have a look underneath, which I've not managed to do yet. The bottom half of it, the tray, the cover, is actually metal. That's the only metal bit of the actual fitting, which would have to be metal. It wouldn't be plastic, because if you're hanging this from a truss, you wouldn't want this bit to be plastic, because it wouldn't stand the test of time. So yeah, the bottom half is plastic. That's the only plastic bit on this fixture. So there we are, folks. There we have it. This is the Betopper Clb260R, £271. You're getting a lot for your money. Like I said, there are brands out there, yes, but majority of the price is in the brand name, basically. So as I said, Betopper makes this affordable for your average DJ, for your average club, for your average person who's just starting up and probably doesn't have a lot of money to spend, wants to create that bang show, wants to create that fantastic lighting show. Betopper puts this in the reach of the everyday average person. Not to say that this can't be used for a stage light. This is going to do for large size venues without a shadow of a doubt, as well as the small size venues. You might want to think about dimming it down if you're using it in a small size venue, because it probably be a little bit on the bright side for a small size venue. But You know, you can use this in clubs, you can use this in your own private functions, you can use this in stage lighting. It has many applications as to where you can use this to, and it's very versatile, and the power source is bright enough that it can handle the most extreme large venues to the smallest venues as well. So anyway, once again, big shout out to Betopper for sending me out the Clb260. It's been very much appreciated, and remember to click that subscribe button down below if you want to see the follow-up part 2 to this, which will be dropping within the next couple of weeks. For myself, Colin Mobile Discos, keep it locked, keep it safe, and keep smashing those gigs right out the park.